Hi, I'm Jackie Francis with the Aspen Science Center, and I'm here at the top of Aspen Mountain at the world's most awesome stargazing event at 11,212 feet. And right now we're playing games with liquid nitrogen with Seamus Crowley, one of the Aspen Science Center's interns. So take it away, Seamus.
All right, so this is a bowl of liquid nitrogen, and inside we have a balloon, a tennis ball, and a ping pong ball. And so to get the liquid nitrogen, they pull it out of the air and condense it down into liquid form. And it's so cold, it's around negative 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And if it were to touch your skin, it would burn the same way that boiling water would, just on the opposite end of the spectrum. So inside the balloon right now, it's condensing the air within it. And inside, there's liquid forming on the inside of the balloon because it condensed it so much. And as soon as it hits the surface that's warmer than the liquid nitrogen, it reinflates and expands again.
Hi, I'm here with Mike Simmons from the Aspen Science Center, and he is going to explain how we make liquid nitrogen ice cream. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so liquid nitrogen is at a temperature when it boils 320 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So it's very, very cold. In the mixer here, she just has a normal ice cream mixture, some sugar, some cream, some vanilla flavoring. When the liquid nitrogen goes in, it's so cold that it freezes the ice cream mixture almost immediately. That means it makes very tiny microcrystals in there. Most people, when they make ice cream, will make a custard first and then freeze the custard so it's really smooth. This ice cream will be very, very smooth just because of the microcrystals that are in it.
We have the very, very special privilege of welcoming Mark Kelly to this event. Mark Kelly is a celebrated astronaut, and the list of his accomplishments is far too long to share with you, but I'd be happy to welcome you all and listen to Mark for a couple minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Let me first say, I don't know much about astronomy. So when we're out there, I'm not the guy to answer the questions. I can point out a few stars. But I do know a little bit about space. I've been there 4 times on the space shuttle. So I can talk a little bit about what it's like to fly into space, how we get there now, how we used to get there, and how we get there in the future. So I'll summarize that for you. And then later, if you guys have any questions about what that's like, please feel free to come up and ask. And also take a few questions. But I used to fly something called the space shuttle. The space shuttle doesn't exist anymore except in a museum. But it consists of a few parts, a 200,000-pound airplane-looking thing that has an external tank and solid rocket boosters. And it travels from 0 to 17,500 miles an hour in just 8.5 minutes. And then we're in space and we go around the planet every 90 minutes. So every 45 minutes or so we see a sunrise or a sunset. Now we can see a lot of stars from where we are when we're in orbit around the Earth. But there's some interesting things about it. On the day side of your orbit, it is the sky's black, but you can't see any stars at all, even though the sky's black. That's because the sun's up. On the night side, without any atmosphere, we can see a ton of stars as long as we turn down the lights inside the space shuttle. But looking at the stars from zero gravity can be a really cool thing to do. And one of the reasons that makes it really unique is with no up or down, you can trick your mind into looking out the window, and it looks like you're looking into a bowl, but seeing the whole cosmos underneath you. It's actually a fun thing to do. So it looks like you're perching above the universe. And I've had that experience a few times. So that's fun. But with a set of binoculars, we can actually even see the moons of Jupiter from in orbit around the Earth. Now I think probably on a really good night here on the top of Aspen Mountain, you could probably do the same thing. But I've only done that from space. Now the space shuttle is a rocket ship to get into space, and it's a pretty good rocket ship. It's a great spaceship, but it's a lousy airplane. And on at least two of my 4 flights, I was the guy that had to land it at the end, which is always a challenging experience because it glides from halfway up around the planet all the way home to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Now, if any of you have seen that runway we land in Florida, you'll notice there's water on both sides. And you know what's in water in Florida? Alligators. I think NASA put these 10-foot alligators there as added motivation to land the $3 billion spaceship on the runway. So that's what we try to do. But it's a lot of fun getting into space, but it takes a while for somebody to become an astronaut. There's a lot of hard work involved, and it's really important that you do well in math and science. And I know we have some math and science students here. I think a lot of you guys are interested in math and science. And if you want to be an astronaut someday, you got to stay interested in it, do well in school, listen to those teachers, and your parents too.
I'm here with Frank Nadell from the Three Rivers Astronomy Club, and he's helping us out up here in the meadow up on top of Aspen Mountain looking at the stars.
See the rings?
Take it away, Frank.
Okay, you gotta
Tell
tell
us
that
what we're
camera
doing.
guy, is that cool or is it kind of boring? You gotta tell him.
It's like unbelievable. It's unreal.
You gotta go, that was cool!
That was cool.
That was awesome!
Can you tell us what you're looking at, Frank?
Saturn.
What does it look like?
What'd you see? You see the rings?
Yeah.
Now look again and see if you see some little points of light around it. Those are moons of Saturn. It has like 60 of them or something, crazy number. I think you can see about 3 or 4 of them.
That is the coolest thing ever.
You know that? Titan's the biggest moon? This guy's smarter than me.
And how big is this telescope? Thank you. What else can you tell us about tonight, Frank?
Boy, this is a whole lot of fun. We got a lot of people here. Got a variety of telescopes. This is a reflector. It uses mirrors to focus the light. Here's a refractor that uses lenses to focus light. They both do the same thing. It's just a certain point. Making lenses, they can only make them so big, and then it's a lot easier to make mirrors.
So we have a whole bunch of telescopes up here, but we're going to have to turn off the light now so that we can see these beautiful stars. Thanks. Good night.